I don't want any ex-convict. That's
Yeah,
our next comment.
fair
don't
enough.
want any ex-convict.
I mean, the reason... So, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But like, what does that even mean? Like, what do you think is just an ex-convict? Because first of all, let's change this word.
Yeah, I know. The whole phrase is like, it's an othering. It's like ex-convicts are like a different kind of form.
And they've all done this thing because every ex-convict, every single person that's been to prison is in for their... no story is the same.
What if it was for like missing council tax payments?
But no,
or for your kid bunking off school. Are you really...
but no story is the same either.
Precisely,
so like everyone's journey is so different and everyone's reason is so different. Why are we putting this in like its own box?
Yeah, it's
literally.
It's multifaceted. There's loads of it's context again. Everything's different.
And as somebody that has been to prison, reading that, it's not nice. It's not nice to read.
It's not.
It's not a nice thing to hear.
For me as well, why this comment's I say the comment's a bit dangerous, yeah, is because like if you replace ex-convict, you can replace that with anything. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't want any blah, blah. I don't want any...
Which, that's why I say fair enough.
And then...
Because it's a strong opinion, but it's an opinion.
No, fair enough. That's your opinion, yeah? But I mean, where it gets dangerous is you can replace ex-convict with anything else and people could just be posting these things out there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for example, I don't want any woman that wears makeup. Do you get what I'm saying? Or I don't want...
Yeah, but that's fair enough.
I hear that, but I mean, where's the context? What does that mean? Like, how can you just drop that statement and that's it?
Well, the convict thing is that there is not one type of convict.
But what I'm saying is you're tarnishing a whole group of people with one brush.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
what does that really mean about human interaction? What does that really mean about...
But I think when we're putting this stuff like online out there, it's fueling the stigma and it's feeding it. It's like, yes, there are convicts. Yes, there are criminals and there are non-criminals. Well, yes, but it's just somebody has, gone to prison for something, and somebody else hasn't.
But watch this now. So another thing that when the guys that our colleagues at National Prison Radio, Axe and Stephen, were talking about is, okay, cool, you don't want any ex-convict, but what about someone who's been committing offences but hasn't been caught?
Yeah.
Are they better than someone who's been to prison? Like, do you know what I'm saying? We don't know. You never know. And how many people that are ex-convict do you walk past every day or interact with every day? You don't know. So to say that, that's what I think is a bit wild. Like, you're someone that maybe serves you at your local Tesco or Asda or wherever may have been to prison, maybe an ex-convict that you get on so well with, maybe your bus driver, maybe...
but then you've had a great conversation with them and then you're viewing them as a great person.
Precisely.
So, yeah, this is, I think, well, especially just how many incredible relationships we've both built in prison.
Yeah. It's
like there are some really great people that have unfortunately served time in prison.
Yeah.
Or, not unfortunately have served time in prison. But yeah, I just think they are wild. You said these are wild. They are wild comments, but they are everywhere still, and they are so common.
It's a realistic perspective. It's out there, and there's views there's many people that agree with that. There's many people that agree with that, but there's also many people that disagree with that as well.
Of course.
So yeah, I'm just glad we're part of the debate, and I'm just glad that overwhelmingly the comments and supporters are not with this comment.
Yeah, of course, and we have such great support. And yeah, we're grateful for everybody that listens and tunes in and that interacts with us and gets involved because, yeah, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, man.
It's
great support. That's what it is. So we've just been discussing and responding to comments on social media. We've talked about a few, Jules. What's next?
This one says, I don't agree with anyone that will be put off with you going to prison. Not everyone that went to prison is a criminal.
Big facts.
Yeah. Well, so these are comments responding to people, that we've just, the comments that we've just spoken about.
Yeah.
So obviously you got people here that
Listen,
don't agree with what people are saying.
Yeah, there's a few back and forths in the comments, that I noticed. There's a few people saying, well, really, nah, I think you're chatting crap, basically. And another person saying, blah, blah, blah. So yeah,
but also,
it goes off.
Not everyone that went to prison is a criminal.
Big facts.
Is a criminal, because I've spoken to females in there that really just did something so stupid.
Yeah,
and didn't mean to be in that position. Yeah,
there's some things just like, you made a mistake. Are you really obviously, yeah, you've been convicted, but are you really a criminal? No, you ain't been you like, for example, there's a phrase called career criminal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a career criminal if you just made
prolific offender?
Yeah, if you just made one mistake, like, you're not. And sometimes some people are in prison for being with someone who's committed an offence. So, and
had no idea about it.
Precisely.
Some people are generally just made a silly mistake.
Precisely.
But as soon as you get that sentence, and as soon as you're in prison, you are all just tarnished with the same brush, like you said earlier.
Yeah. But also, you may have been remanded and then been acquitted at a trial. So you're not a criminal.
Yeah,
but you've been to prison.
But you served time in prison.
Do you get what? So
yeah.
So yeah, that's facts.
But also, yeah, I think there's two things there. There's people that actually didn't do it.
Yep.
Didn't mean to, or like had no idea about it and didn't do it. There are some people that, are they actually a criminal because they made a mistake, or they didn't know the extent of what's going on, or they're surrounded by the wrong people and something happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you look at it like this, that if you're put off with just anybody going to prison, then you haven't understood the story. Like you were talking about earlier, if you're chatting to somebody and they're like, don't want to know because you've been to prison, they haven't even given you a chance.
Precisely.
Which is a bit sad, isn't it?
I think it's more a reflection on that other person.
Yeah.
Like it says more about that person than you or me, like people that have been to prison. Because if that's how you see things, then cool, mate. Your life or your worldview is different. But whoever made this comment, one, you're very open-minded, which I really like. And two, like, what I want to understand is what makes someone so understanding about this. How does someone say, I don't agree because not everyone that's been to prison is a criminal? How do you get to that understanding if you've never been to prison? That's what I want to know.
Through being open-minded.
Okay.
And through, this is what I believe, through people having their own experience of it. Family members inside, friends, maybe they're studying it, maybe they're in that world of criminal law or something like that. But I think, yeah, when you're super open-minded and you look at both kind of sides, and you look at things holistically, or you look at things, it's holistically the right word?
Yeah.
You'll look at all sides.
Yeah.
Because there's things that me and you haven't experienced, but we might not have one judgment on it or one side. This is why I find it wild. I don't know whether it's because I've been to prison, and I have no idea how I would view the situation if I haven't been to prison.
No, I hear you. But look, so before I went to prison, I've had friends that have been to prison.
Yeah.
And in my experience, it was just that my boy's gone away. I ain't seen him for a bit, and now he's back. He's still my boy. Nothing's changed. That's how I saw it. So until obviously I've gone inside and I've seen the other side, like, raw, this is what my boy was going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't see them as different. There was no, it was just, oh, welcome back, my boy's back. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how someone can think this person's a write-off or this person's that or X, Y, Z negative.
So I never even thought about prison people being write-offs. I used to be quite interested in it, and my sister studied law as well.
Okay.
So I was quite, my family had like they'd always like to have like
discussions
about it and understand things. So I think I was only ever like interested, like how things ever like turned out. But I never really knew many people that went to prison, so I didn't really think about it that much.
Yeah.
But now I find it wild how people don't know, or they make such a judgment on it and don't know much about it.